All right, I'm just gonna get into it today. No greetings, no nothing. I'm just in a there's a lot of mosquitoes here. I might swat them. I'm gonna try to ignore them the best I can, but it just is what it is, you guys. I haven't posted in over a month, and I'm gonna try to get through everything that I've been through in that month. Maybe starting out with the day that I left off, which was it was Christmas, and everything really changed on Christmas. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm going to do my best to weave this together in a story which is going to be comprehensible. You can make sense of it, because context is everything, you guys. I get it. I get it. It's important that I make a video. It's important that I do this. It's been really hard. It's been so hard, you guys. It's been so hard. I didn't know if I was gonna ever make another video because of other things. Um, I wanted to understand. I wanted to understand the other side, I guess, is the best way for me to say it. Because I come, I feel like I come from a place, I feel like we all do as souls, we really do, where life is abundant. And on Earth, it's different. It's just there's this disparity, there's this difference that we get to experience on Earth, and I've wanted to understand. I've talked about it a little bit in my previous videos here on YouTube, at least, where the leadership, I've called them the leadership, and it seems like they're not acting from that place. They're acting from a very different place. And I've studied different religions. The Bible's one of them, the Christian Bible, and I have done my best to kind of interpret the story and understand it, to understand what it's talking about, what it means. And I as I said before on my channel, you guys, many different religions point to the same thing. All right, there's this interlocking story which is very important for us to understand, I would say, as souls. Okay, like there is life abundant. All right, I'm gonna call this like the unity. Okay, but a very specific type of unity. All right, because this is all that exists. The truth is that there's this life abundant. Things get better. There's love and appreciation and everything. All right. It's the feminine and the masculine. All right, having a good relationship, having a loving relationship with each other, with themselves, and that is the unity. Okay. Now there is another type of unity. Okay, and that's what I have gotten to understand and experience. All right, not just in my relationships with other people, but also within myself. And so much of my absence from YouTube, from everything, like I didn't talk to friends or family. I ignored calls, emails, everything. Everything was just off the table for me. And it's because of what I was engaged with. It's because of this other unity. Okay? And it took me until today to really get through everything, because I've been fighting it. I've been fighting it, but it's so there's this. It has the ability to be so attractive. It has the ability to be so attractive, and there's a reason behind that. There's a reason behind that. All right, and I'm going to do my best to explain it. And again, I'm protecting myself from mosquitoes as much as I can, you guys. And I might swat or touch my face, or it just is what it is, you guys. I just got to make this video. I don't know how long it's going to be. All right, this is my true survivor. Um, you know, uh, segment video, log, whatever you want to call it, you guys. I don't know right now. I don't know. Okay. um. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of get into it. As a soul, I feel like we have soul family. That's been one of my things that I say on my channel, which is aloha soul family, right? And it is different than what I thought. Okay, because I've gotten to experience this firsthand now, where I have been with and met soul family, and they are part of this other unity. And what that means is that I can join them in that other unity, or I can leave them behind, or I can say goodbye. And that's what this last month has been for me, is getting that true understanding of what's going on. And so on the physical world, all right, I'm just going to come out and say it, all right, where it's just like this has manifested as addiction and drugs. Okay. One of the things that I've been around, especially being homeless, but a little bit throughout my whole life, was drugs, all right, and addiction. Like some of it was a little bit lighter, but a lot of it ended up being more hardcore, especially as I got to this point. And I will say it specifically has to do with maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. I want to keep this accessible for everybody, because it doesn't matter the type. All right, it matters the addiction. What it matters is that it converts and it steals something within us. All right, and it feels good at first. It feels so good, but what it eventually does is it gets to a place where it's relief, because all the other times are just shit, man. Just worse than that. It's just like a nightmare, right? Fucking confirmation. And so that was a part of it. I got to meet Soul Family again. We connected, man, and they are off on this other path. They are off on this other unity. And so I'm skipping way ahead to today, to fucking today, okay? Where I've been able to quantify it and name it for myself. All right? Because, we can name it whatever we want, but it is this unity that is fell. It's the fell unity. All right? And it goes, similar to like fallen angels, but for me, it works so much better just to call it what it is. All right? And this other unity. All right, sorry, just noise. There's noise all around my you guys. I swear, this place, man. Um, the As souls here on Earth, we've gotten exposed to both of these unities. All right, because we come from this one unity. All right, and then we also have been exposed to this other unity, and this other unity is the fell unity. And now, though, since we have been exposed to it, we can name the unity that we came from, because we can return to it. And when we have returned to it, all right, just like with the symbolism with the fell, okay, it's just like we have rose, okay, and that is the rose unity, the unity that rose, you guys. And so, just in the future videos, in this video, I'm sorry, swatting mosquitoes, but just and it just that so just the quantification, the qualifications, just the unity rose, the unity that rose, and then the unity that fell. All right, and these are both unities. That's what's important to understand. Okay, that's what's very important to understand. It was for me, and so I'll talk about just more of what I got exposed to, what it is, because it's so important that we talk about this, you guys. Like, I'm not going to mention the specifics in this video. I can't. All right, it's still too raw. It's still too much for me, you guys. It's still too much for me. Okay. But it's good that I get this out there. I'm finally of the right energy. All right, that I can do this. Because it's been hard. It's been like this in between place where I really didn't know where I was going, you guys. And yesterday, I didn't. It was like I wasn't gonna make it. I wasn't gonna make it, you guys. Yesterday, and it was like I had this experience, because I've mentioned on this channel I'm homeless, okay? And so I don't have a lot of places to go or sleep or be. And I was just sleeping in the park. And I had like visitations, like soul visitations from my family. And I couldn't tell if it was encouragement or if it was saying goodbye. And it just really, it was just, I don't know, it was showing me where I was at. It was showing me the choice was really here. It was coming. It was in my face, and I couldn't avoid it anymore. And then the choice really came down to today. Okay, and there's so many different ways to describe it, you guys. Because the one thing that I will say, okay, about the fell unity, okay, is that it is a mirror. Like, they are mirrors of each other. This unity, these unities, are mirrors of each other. Okay. The thing about the fell unity is that it cannot exist without the unity that rose. It can't. It doesn't have anything. It's empty. It's void. Without there being life breathed into the fell unity, there is no more fell unity. And the rose unity, the unity that rose, we give ourselves life. We are life. That's what it is. It's this livingness and then this state of undeath. Okay. In my previous, I just watched it again because I didn't even know what I was talking. I didn't even know what my last video was, and it was just par for the course, you guys. About technology, about AI, slightly about AI. And so if I'm coming into this just based upon what I know now, what I've been through now, I would say we should never put the I, because the I, all right, the true I, that is this loving unity, this true loving unity, okay? The unity that rose. That is the I, okay? When we project that I into the void, into this fell unity, that's when everything falls apart. That's when everything falls apart. But it's designed to be that way. It's designed to be that way, okay? Like it's so important to understand that. For me, it was. Maybe not for everyone. I don't know. All I can talk about is my path at this point, you guys. So I don't even know what I don't even know what time it is. I'm gonna just go on for now. It feels good to be on the other side. You know, things are still hard, but it's just like something happened, and I was shown. I was shown. Okay, like the best way for me to say it is that I kept choosing the unity that fell. Okay, I kept choosing that. I kept choosing to develop that. I wanted to understand it more. I wanted to understand what was going on, why it was this way. Okay, I wanted to research it. I wanted to explore it so I could understand it. And I was beginning to understand that there is this concept of surrender and then separation. All right, because as we choose one unity, we are separating from the other one, and we are surrendering to that one. There's a saying, from the Bible. I think you can't serve, or just in general, but you can't serve two masters, I guess is a good way to say it. And so whatever master you're serving is the master you're surrendering to, and then you're separating yourself from the other master. Okay. And so if one master is life and the other master is a void, do you understand? I do now. I do. And I was shown I was shown in the most real way possible. In the most real way possible. Like, it couldn't be any more clear to me now, okay? I was one surrender away from dropping into the void forever. Forever. And never coming out. Never coming out. I was one surrender away from never coming out of that. One of the things that I've loved to say for myself that I believed, and to some extent I still do. I don't know how to explain it, but maybe it's just like, at least for me, I know it's just like I've reached my threshold. That's it. Whew, that's it for me, you guys. I'm done. Put it forward to me. Where it was one surrender away from never coming back, ever. And so I do want to believe that people can come back even from the craziest, most horrible circumstances, no matter how much they've delved into this fell unity, that they can come back. But a lot of it's not up to me, all right? It's not up to me as an individual. It's not up to me. Because there is, I feel like, components, elements, there is something, souls that have fallen into the unity that fell. And based upon what I know of, they aren't coming back. And that's what I experienced on Christmas, all right? This soul family, this tribe member, we connect. I see him for who he is. And he ain't coming back. When I move on from this world and this earth, he isn't coming with me, you guys. He isn't coming with me. And I wanted to understand. So I separated from everything and I started exploring this by myself, and I needed to. And it was this weird in-between place where I was given protection from the unities, okay, from both. really from the unity that rose. I was given protection. And I was allowed to explore this. And just in a nutshell, drug use intensified. And I began delving into this unity that fell. And it was before I even had a name for it, before it gave itself a name, before it showed me who I was, what this unity is, the unity that rose. Like, I was just exploring and I was seeing this. And it in so many ways I got to learn so much, but I could tell that I was losing myself. I was losing my true essence of myself to this outside, to this void, more and more and more as I participated in it, or as I focused on it, as I gave my energy and attention to it. And it got harder and harder to withdraw from it. And that's how it's designed. That's how it's meant to be. All right. Until it's not. Sorry, guys, a lot of mosquitoes. A lot of mosquitoes here. I don't know if you can see them or not, but just I can feel them, man. So maybe we'll keep it at there today, you guys. I don't know the time. I don't want to look at it right now. I just want you to know, I'm okay. I'm living. I'm alive. I'm still here. Barely. Like I said, guys, one surrender away from the abyss forever. That's what it felt like. That's what I know it. And I'm not going to question it. Okay, I'm not going to question it. There's fucking no way, you guys. No fucking way. I gotta just go forward with it. Because I know what it felt like. I know what it felt like. And it felt like this had been planned, you guys. Like, this fell unity had planned so much of my life up until that point. All right. And I was shown a very particular image. All right. And just emotionally speaking, it was like a sacrifice. All right. Is what it felt like. or the peace that I talked about, all right, that I talk about sometimes, where it's just like, I'm peaceful, I'm good with myself, everything's good. That's the unity that rose, okay? This unity that fell, it's not like that, all right? It's vampiric. It's the best way to say it. It's vampiric. It steals energy, it takes energy. And then in the process of taking and stealing that energy, it reflects it back to us, all right? That's what makes it so attractive, all right? Where we are giving it our energy, and then what it shows us is our own energy, but a little bit different. So it seems like it's outside of us. And then in that process, we end up surrendering to that energy, which is our own energy, but it's no longer really our energy because we've given it to this outside source. We projected it onto something else. Okay, a drug, an addiction, anything. Okay, anything. Person, doesn't matter. Okay, like long list, doesn't matter. It's the process. It's the process, okay? Like read between my words. And what I also figured out, what I saw, like maybe I wouldn't say too late, but it's just like it's gonna stick with me forever. Where all of the words that I've used, all of the images that I've had, all right, it converted all of them into its own meaning, into its own twisted meaning. And so, like in the most real way possible, it was converting me into it. And if I was, and it got so close where I wouldn't have had the capability to come back. Like there was this one point in this journey where it thought it had won. All right, it had presented itself like it had won, and just for whatever reason, it's just like I still maintained my power. Still knew what was real. I still had that capability. Okay, and I know a lot of people wouldn't have been able to come back from that point that I was at. But I think for a lot of us who end up going down this, maybe it's everyone on Earth, maybe it's just a few people, I don't know, the chosen, holy shit, if it's like that. But just, I got to the point where there was almost no more choice. Like I said, I was one surrender away from being part of the fellow unity forever. Just one. Just one. If I ever go back to that, it's done. It's done. It's over, you guys. It's in a specific way for me. It's in a very specific way. Like maybe I'll talk about it in another video, but just not this. But it was surrendering to this fantasy, this idea. All right. And what I'm thinking of at this moment is something else, you guys. All right, someone else is here. Catch you on the flip side.